Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we are checking out the petrified fish Terra for the first time. The PFB01. It's 3.5-inch blade, full-size knife with D2 steel. Now it has a nice broad blade, so it gets down pretty thin behind the edge. Much more slicey than it looks just like looking at it like this. It's a pretty slicey knife. About 10-11 thousandths behind the edge with their edge angle. Now after sharpening, it'll probably be about 12-14 thousandths behind the edge, but that's amazing. That's really good geometry. The blade stock thickness is not super thin, but it's not super thick, so it's going to give you, some pretty good stability and, toughness to the blade. Stone wash, so it's going to hide some scratches. Now we have, it does come in a couple different options. This one is the green micarta one. It also comes in a black version. The green micarta is nicely contoured and extremely comfortable in the hand. We do have a deep carry clip. It is inset, but it does have the button screws still. But I will say, in the hand, it doesn't really bother me too much. Yeah, I can tell it's there, but it's not hurting me in any way, shape, or form. You can use it in, just about every grip. The reverse grip, you do have the flipper tab in the way, but you could get by with it. But any type of forward grip is going to be extremely comfortable, especially with the way this flipper tab has this, this angle on it to where your finger can be put right there. Good access to the lock bar, and it is very, very smooth on the drop. We have a flipping deployment with jimping on the flipper, and the detent is rock solid. Great detent, super snappy. As soon as you break the detent, it flies. It is a knife that's not easy to fail, so I do like that about it. Anybody will be able to flip this reliably every single time. It is a great flipper. Also a micarta back spacer, and then there is some milling cut out on the inside to bring down the weight a little bit. To get past the detent when you unlock it, you can see the detent's right there. It's nice and easy to get past it. Now, if you look at it, it has a swedge on the top of it. Kind of a half moon shape, whatever you want to call it. Swedge on the top. Then it has this secondary chamfer. So it has two. There's the big one and then the smaller one. Now the smaller one is going to help materials or help the blade pass through materials. So as you're pushing it through materials, the materials will be able to go around the blade as you're passing it through. Now, the blade shape is, I would call it a drop point blade, but it's a drop point blade that's easy to get to the utility cutting or get to the tip when you're wanting to open things up or cut something out. It'll be pretty easy, yet you still have enough belly or a good amount of belly to use that as well. In the closed position, it's a good looking knife. It's basic, but good looking knife. No detent lash. It's not going to be too big in the pocket, but it's still a full size knife. So it's in that area where yes, it's a big knife. Yes, it's full size, but it's not taking up too much room. Most people will be able to carry this just fine as long as this is the size of knife that you're looking for. But yeah, really good quality, and these things are super affordable. That's, I guess, kind of where it shines. We're talking about $33 here. $33. That's a really good deal. Now, I do have a couple complaints. Like one, the sharpening tool and plunge grind. You will absolutely create a smile when you sharpen this. So when you sharpen it, you're going to hit this plunge grind and it's going to, shine right there. You're going to cut into the choil a little bit. Now, you could easily cut in your own sharpening tool if you wanted to, because the stop pin is located back here. So there's nothing in the way if you wanted to cut in your own choil. Now, what you could do is just sharpen it, how it is, not even worry about it. It's not that big of a deal, but you will get a smile. Now, you could always sharpen it, and then when the time comes, cut in the choil, but it looks like the first sharpening is going to create a smile. So, but yeah, the cutting geometry is really good on it. I do really, really like that. I just wish the sharpening choil was a little bit better, or the plunge grind was placed in a better area. Next thing, T6s. I don't like T6s, but we have T6s all over the place. I'd rather see T8s. Now this is a super affordable knife. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, I'm calling it out. Button screws, I don't like that. I'd rather see flat screws. But, you know, again, it's a $33 or under $35, you know, $32.99 or something like that. But it's an affordable knife. You know, the price could go up or down, but when I'm recording this video, it's right around $33. So you can't complain too much because there's a lot of good here. When there's so much good, you know, the little tiny nitpicks here and there, they're a little bit more forgivable. The action is really good. Access to the lock bar is good. Cutting geometry is good. Blade shape and ergos are good. Fit and finish is really good. No detent lash. Snappy action. It is riding on ceramic caged bearings. And then it also has a ceramic detent ball. The liner lock is locked up. Very solid. Extremely solid. And it has this nice smoothness to it, even though it is very, very solid. No play any directions. The disengagement of the lock bar is relatively comfortable since they do give you a nice cutout and they chamfer the lock bar a little bit. So lots of cool things to this. This one's done pretty well. Now you can't open it with take that back. You could reverse flick it if you're really good at it, but it's not for it and it's not easy at all. So just because I can do it, do not expect to be able to do it. It is not easy. So there's no other deployment, even though I'm doing it. There's no other deployment but the flipper tab. So only believe in the flipper tab because I don't think many people are going to be able to reverse flick off of the spine of this one. But yeah, anyways. Very cool knife. I'm going to link it right down in the description for you guys if you guys do want to check it out or check out any more details I did not list in this video. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.